about what's going on in gold and Bitcoin and silver. In my opinion, the most important investment things we should be looking at today, given how nuts the economy is. I mean, it is nuts right now. I can't believe it. So today, Kim and I have no stocks because once that old saying is, once you see how they make sausage, you'll never eat it again. So I don't like, if you like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, have a good life. But once I saw the process of how you take nothing, you take a bunch of BS, and you turn it into a stock and you take it public on the Toronto Stock Exchange, then if lucky, it goes to the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. I really don't like the process personally, but all it did was convince me why gold, silver, and today Bitcoin, far more solid investments given what's going on in the It's exciting. And I only like early stage. Like people say, are you buying Bitcoin? I said, I already bought Bitcoin. Right. They don't understand that. I said, your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. I am not buying gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I'm betting against the Fed.
Sure.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
And when I look at how screwed up the Fed is and the Treasury is, that's why gold bugs go, how come the price of gold is not higher? Isn't that true? Because the dollar is toxic. The dollar is more of a COVID pandemic than anything I've ever seen. I wouldn't touch that damn dollar. That's how I'm texting back and forth. I won't hold dollars right now. I'd rather not hold dollars.
Even short-term U.S. dollars, you don't want them.
Oh, we only want them if in case there's an investment. But I always say to Kim, we do save gold, silver, Bitcoin, and we use debt as money. We're real estate guys. So real estate guys borrow money to invest. Why would you use your own money? What did Frank say?
Frank said his classic line. We were talking about it, raising money for our company, and we're gonna work hard and we're gonna save money and then we're gonna invest it. And he goes, only lazy people use their own money. And I'm like, no, Frank, I work really hard. Right. And he's like, no, wouldn't it be harder to convince somebody else to give you money for your investment? And that was like a game changer for me. I'm like, oh my gosh,
it changed our lives.
It did.
Yeah. Because when we need money, we borrow money, we buy the investment, and the investment throws off cash flow. The extra cash goes into, we save gold, silver, Bitcoin. Yet guys like you were talking about, Raoul Paul is this 90%, his whole asset, his whole wealth is in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Or cryptos.
Yeah.
But anyway, the whole point here is it's a bet against, and in my world and your world, it's called counterparty. Who's on the other side of the trade? But my whole thing is, why would you own it? The counterparty is a person called the Fed and the Treasury and Wall Street. That's why I buy gold, silver, Bitcoin. Most toxic thing, more toxic than COVID, is the U.S. dollar. That baby is in big trouble because I think fake money or fiat currency is in serious trouble right now. And so when we're talking about gold, silver, and Bitcoin, I'm not buying gold, silver, Bitcoin. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. So that's kind of says it's not a bet for gold, silver, Bitcoin. It's a bet against our government. Any comments, Kim?
Well, that's been our discussion the last week or so. is we have, with this cash, we have cash, and we don't really want to hold on to cash. And then I listened to our friend George Gammon, and he has this possible scenario that the dollar's going to come crashing down, and I'm like, we got to move it now. We got to do something with it. It's like I go into panic mode. It's like It's all going to crash tomorrow.
This guy Strauss on the fourth turning. A turning is basically like a lifetime.
Yeah.
So like 90 years. And he said the people that remember World War II are dying, and that's Nancy Pelosi, Colin Powell just died, and all this. So the boomers, my generation is coming up right now. But your and every generation is going to hit this time at a different part of their lives. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the people that are sitting at home right now, they're really wasting their lives because according to, I think his name is Neil Strauss, I could be wrong, it's going to get worse. And the reason it's going to get worse is why I'm in gold, silver, Bitcoin, is because the dollar is toxic. The Federal Reserve thing called the dollar is toxic. And they are so loaded with debt, they're going to have to print more money. They have to, or we default on our, the debt ceiling and all this.
Yeah.
So I'm not buying gold. So, when Kim and I, 35 years ago, started buying gold, silver, and now Bitcoin, it was a bet against the Fed, the Treasury, and Wall Street. And the baby boomers are toast right now. Our pensions are empty. So who's going to bail out the pensions? Of course, the Fed and the Treasury. So why am I buying gold, silver, Bitcoin? It's because who's going to bail out the baby boomers next?
Right.
Let me just say what this guy, the fourth turning says.
Yeah.
He says, it is so divided now, you cannot talk.
You can't. Exactly.
It's impossible. For Neil Howe, we are in, the reason I feel like I'm intelligent today because we're in gold, silver, Bitcoin. We're going into one of the roughest periods of humanity right now. And the problem is, from my perspective, is the dollar. And so if you understand the dollar, U.S. dollar versus the loonie, it was created in 1913, but so was a tax department created in 1913.
Right.
So what they're going to do, we have so much debt today, they're going to have to keep printing. But every time they do that, it creates more poverty. You understand the system is failing.
Yeah.
So we're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. So the position we've taken at Rich Dad is we're capitalists. And a capitalist is somebody who believes in teaching people to fish.
Right.
And a socialist wants to give people fish.
Yeah.
And then I just divide them that way. And so also what's happening with your generation and actually with Gen X, the income of men is dropping. So is testosterone.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So there's fewer men and their incomes are dropping. And, and then
why do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm not God, but anyway, I'm just, I watch, like you and I, we have to watch the trends.
Yeah.
So I listen to all these different guys on YouTube. I love YouTube, but I also hate it.
Sure.
But I listen to all of these people out there and you can gain so much information. And rather than take a side, listen to both sides. Sure. So I listen to these hardcore socialists and communists. I mean, I white knuckled through I can't believe it. Oh, we should tax the rich, like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We're going to tax the rich, the Green New Deal. So Marin Cattuso, our buddy from Vancouver, so when she says we're going to the Green New Deal and all this stuff, the entrepreneur comes up and we sell them carbon credits. So a capitalist is always going to make money anyway.
That's the point. And we've always said it before COVID, entrepreneurship is the solution. We still believe, I still believe that entrepreneurs are the solution to these problems. And to your point about, do you speak out more or what do you do?
I feel like it's the best thing I could do with my time and energy, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well,
it takes guts. It takes courage right now.
It does take courage.
That is the word, is courage.
And the one thing I've learned is how I deliver what I say so people can hear it.
Yes.
So people are so divided that you could say a word and they're going to explode.
100%.
But I've had to really choose my words wisely so that they can hear it.
So Jay, it's always about the money. You see, whether you're a socialist, you said, well, we should just give people money, or a capitalist, we're going to teach people to fish. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But what's happening is money is toxic today. And so men are earning less money. My generation, the boomer generation, I made 3 times my father day one. He had been working like 40 years. My classmates in 69 are making $120,000 a year. My father was making $25,000 a year as a superintendent of education.
Right.
So the boomers are different. That's what the fourth turning is about. It's so interesting. But right after that, the income of men, Gen X and all that, started to drop. And jobs, all this stuff started to happen. But a lot of it started around the Fed being created in 1913. Debt. So the dollar today is debt and taxes. So the only way a dollar comes into existence is we have to borrow money. And when we borrow money, they're very, very happy because the money is produced. We pay no taxes the more money we borrow. Well, here's AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, saying tax the rich. She taxes the working class. She taxes the people who actually have jobs. The capitalists are kicking butt. And that's what Rich Dad teaches. It's about the money. It's how we make millions of dollars and pay no taxes legally. And they can argue with me all day. I get attacked constantly by the socialists. I say, that's a free country. You be a socialist, you work hard, and you pay taxes. That's your choice. It's not my choice.
Right.
And I give people the choice, and that choice is freedom.
I think that's the key word.
Yeah.
Is choice. It's choice.
So
I don't care if people like Bitcoin, gold, or silver. You choose whatever. You can invest in whatever 100%. You want.